to the land beyond the mountains. Through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Representing people, Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
Good morning and welcome to Open Conversation on Atlantic Television Network. Open Conversation is the network's flagship political platform through which trending political news, events and stories are discussed with stakeholders. Through these conversations, ATN uses political talks about specific issues, party system and actor to explore hope and engender positive impacts to the society. Today on Open Conversations, we'll look at these stories. First, Rivers State. Abe affirms that Wike is the political leader. And then on to Kano State, court rules against government on rights of Dan Agundi. And on corruption, appeal courts award 1 million naira cost against Yahaya Bello. And on APC chairmanship, court fixes date on suits seeking Ganduje's removal. On politics, group urges Rivers local government chairman to vacate. Do not go away. When I come back from this break, we'll delve right into the show.
Release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
She said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the turn thing. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Corruption not in my country.
Driver, why you just dey jack us up and down like this now?
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask oh?
Because this road where they see so, it no guarantee safe delivery.
We just dey vote for government, but we not get good governance.
At all.
Road so no dey, light outside. The infrastructure e come turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
Corruption, quell everything. Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
No vex, now my phone be like that. I hear, I'm hearing you.
Yes, we saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way too high now.
Madam, sorry, please don't cost.
We found the laptop you said is 1.8 million naira for 600,000 naira.
Hello?
Now my body network there.
I can't hear you. Network is bad.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear you. We call you back.
Their behavior not good now.
Madam, now this kind behavior they kill our country. You suppose do things differently. Make Nigeria for better.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadeyi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
I don't get a lot. Boy, they won't booga me small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say, nothing. Okay, now, we'll go block later. You remember that contract we will do that time now? They don't pay.
But first, you see the house rent with the old since. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap him.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shark beer in our house, I could pay that one. You remember say me and tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy now.
Okay, they pay you money now.
we don't they beg caretaker, we they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time. Money can't come now, you won't divert am. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
POS operator, she said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which I am.
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacle,
Where we are.
Corruption not in my country.
Driver, why you just dey jack us up and down like this now?
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask, oh?
Because this road where they see so, you know.
No.
Road so e no dey. Light o usa. The infrastructure nko e come turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
Corruption, quell everything. Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
No vex, now my phone be like that. Hello?
Are you there?
I hear, I'm hearing you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way too high now.
Madam, sorry, please don't call.
We found the laptop you had is 1.8 million naira for 600,000 naira.
Hello?
Now my body network there.
I can't hear you. Network is bad.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear you. I will call you back.
That behavior no good now.
Madam, now this kind behavior they kill our country. You suppose do things differently, make Nigeria for better.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
I don't get a lot. Boy, they won't booga me small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say, nothing. Okay, now.
Yo, since. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap am.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shark beer na house, I supposed pay that one. You remember say me and tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy na.
Okay, they pay you money now. We don't they beg caretaker, we they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time. Money can't come now, you won't divert am. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
POS operator, she said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
Welcome back and thank you for joining us. Now, I have with me on Open Conversation this morning Ndamzi Ekulo ESQ, a legal practitioner and political analyst. Good morning, Barrister Ndamzi.
Thank you for having me.
And I also have Honorable Churchill Wale, a politician. Good morning, Honorable Churchill.
Good morning.
Right. And on to the story. Former governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party SDP in the 2023 general elections in Rivers State, Senator Magnus Abe has affirmed that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Chief Nyesom Wike, is the political leader of the state. Abe, who represented Rivers Southeast Senatorial District in the National Assembly between 2011 and 2019, disclosed this in Port Harcourt while addressing his supporters from Port Harcourt City and Obiakpo local government areas of the state. The former lawmaker, who recently dubbed the SDP for the ruling All Progressive Congress, called on the people of the state to support the President Bola Tinubu-led administration. Let me start with you, Honorable Churchill. You are a politician. What is your take on this stance by Magnus Abe?
My take is that Magnus Abe is a grassroots politician who has gotten up to the level he is now as a state leader, also part of the state national leaders. He has contributed his quota in politics. He has contested with the minority party and won election as a House of Assembly member. He also won election as a senator. He was also the SSG of this state. He has paid his dues when we're talking about politics. And he has also represented his constituencies perfectly well. He was also a one-time committee member of Petroleum Committee, that is an NPC, National Petroleum Committee. So, and when he participated in all this, people saw the qualities in him, and he came to contest for governor of the state. Yes, he did not win, like I said before, because of the influence of the former governor, and the records of the former governor that he kept in the state made everybody believe that PDP is the best, and they voted the current governor now. So looking at what he said as somebody that has partaked in politics, he has worked with Wike when Peter Odele was the leader, political leader of the state. He has worked with Wike and Amechi also when Amechi was the political leader of the state. Like I said, and I will continue saying it, governor does not mean, governor, when somebody is a governor, does not mean that the person is the leader, both in the politics, in your party, and the political settings of the state. So but what I believe so much, let me digress. Now, he said it believing that he has seen the potentials and the contribution of His Excellency, the former governor of Rivers State, and the FCT minister in terms of politics in Rivers State. When I mean politics, I mean both in consolidation and in promoting the government of the center body, being the presidency, the federal government.
On the FCT minister, when you say he consolidated the two parties,
when I mean,
Honorable Churchill,
it's not an indictment.
Hold on, if you recall, yeah, there have been allegations of anti-party activities leveled against the FCT minister. Now, the FCT minister has never at any point in time said he is a member of the APC, has not shown interest, hold on, has not cross-carpeted nor shown interest that he is going to join the APC yet. However, these allegations are there, and it has also given rise to what they call in Rivers State political ecosystem the PDAPC, correct? Now, you saying that, interpreting Senator Magnus Abe's statements as or relating it to the fact that the FCT minister, according to you, has consolidated both parties in the state. How can a PDP man consolidate an opposition party in the state? Make it make sense.
Okay. Let me also.
What you're saying is, because I know you're a PDP man.
Of course.
Now, you, a PDP man, is saying that a member of your party consolidated the APC in the state.
Can I also remind you that?
Or are you a member of PDAPC?
No, there is nothing like PDAPC because you have not seen a party office where I've told you here before.
Honorable Churchill, isn't that an anti-party activity?
Anti-party activity?
Because there was a presidential candidate for the PDP. PDP had a presidential candidate, but we'll still come back.
It's something of choice.
Okay, right. Okay, something of choice.
Something of choice.
Something of choice. Yes. We'll still come back to that. Ndamzi, what is your reaction to the statement by Senator Magnus Abe?
Thank you very much. I do not have any doubt as to the position Senator Magnus Abe took, because it is very obvious that here in Rivers State, most people will not be happy to hear that Senator Abe posited that Wike is the political leader of the state, but it is the truth. The man has shown leadership in all regards. If you talk of leadership today in Rivers State and followership, everyone knows that he has numerous followership and he has shown clear-cut way of leading the people. So he is in tune the leader of politics in Rivers State.
Okay, when you look at it critically, let's look at not just the lead, but the party as well, because when you talk about politics, you have to talk about party politics. Now, if you agree, both of holder in the state, according to the party, should be, because there are two different things. One is recognized as a leader because he has the influence and the money to run the affairs of the party, while the other one constitutionally may be the actual leader of the party because he is the chairman of the party in the state.
Yes. By answering your question, we will define this properly. The party constitution, not just the PDP constitution, even the APC constitution recognizes that, and I'm certain other parties may have their way of selecting who leads them at every given point in time. But it is right in PDP that the state governor, so long as that state, so long as the PDP or the APC in that state is in charge of governance, the governor automatically is the leader of their party.
All right.
But that is not to say that he is the political leader of the state. If you're trying to trace who is the political leader of Rivers State today, we'll give it to Ian Wike because he's...
Okay, now you're making a clear distinction. Yeah. And the distinction for you is that the leader of
PDP,
the leader politics in the state is different from the leader of the party in the state. So as far as politics
is concerned today in Rivers State, we give it to Ian Wike because...
But if it's PDP,
we give it to the governor.
Very interesting. Okay. Now, Honorable Churchill, you're the politician.
You know I will not accept that fact. You too know that I will not accept it. Let me come to that. I have been an active PDP member since 2003.
Okay.
That is when I started having my membership card. And I started practicing the comment is at times, because you cannot tell me when a former governor is there in your local government and you come up to say you are the leader of the party in your local government as a local government chairman. It's not possible. Unless the activeness on the side of the former governor is not showing working. If not, the local government chairman becomes the alternative leader. When I mean alternative leader, when the leader is not there, or the leader can send you, go and represent me in so meeting. So party system cannot earn him the leader of the party in the state.
Okay.
Even if Ian Wike is not in PDP, does not even earn the governor because he has not been a core active politician. We all know he is just a civil servant who, by the grace of God, through Chief Barrister Ian Wike, he became a governor. And I know too well that so many persons has contributed immensely in the political settings, even from his local government. But it was just grace that took him where he is today. So me, I see that when we are talking about the leadership of the state, who becomes the party leader, even in PDP, when we are talking like what Barrister Ndamze has said, Ndamze has clearly said it, that Ian Wike, when the executive of the party and the elected, everybody moved to another party. And Ian Wike left from here and said, PDP cannot die in Cross River State. He went to Cross River State and paid for all the ward offices, local government offices, and he made sure he furnished all of them before the party from the national came to conduct a congress for them to have our new excuse. That is a man that loves his party. He's a man that has paid the price. He has given himself his own. He has paid his dues, so far as PDP is concerned. So that kind of person cannot be in his own state. Somebody that has not practiced the system, that does not even know the constitution of the party, even if you are a son, just like my brother has said, you understand, you are a governor, does not make you that you know, you will say you know the party system. Party system is differently from legislative system. So the governor himself can be attributed as one of the leaders of the party, or cannot be said to be the leader of the political party, PDP, in Rivers State.
All right. The Federal High Court sitting in Kano has on Thursday ruled against Kano State government and others challenging the jurisdiction of the court to entertain issue of fundamental human rights instituted by a Kano traditional holder, Aminu Baba Dan Agundi, in connection with the Emirship tussle. Recall that the applicant, who is a traditional title holder of Sarikin Dawa Baba of Kano Emirate, Aminu Baba Dan Agundi, had approached the court seeking for enforcement of his fundamental human rights, claimed to have been violated by government action in the Emirship tussle. You are the legal luminary here. If I may ask you, the position of the court in this matter, is it right?
Thank you. You know, when an injured party, a claimant, approaches the court, the first thing you look at is, what is the cause of action? How did the cause of action arise? Secondly, you look at the jurisdiction of the court. Which court have the jurisdiction to entertain a particular matter? Then thirdly, you look at the local standard, that is parties to file, the proper parties. Are they proper parties? Are they nominal parties to that matter you intend to bring before the court? So on this particular issue here, the traditional ruler did not file to court for court to reinstate his stool. He actually filed to Federal High Court for the enforcement of his fundamental rights. He felt that his rights have been abused. And it is right in our law today that when it is on matters bordering on fundamental human rights, both the State High Court and the Federal High Court have jurisdiction to hear such matters. So what the trial judge did there, firstly, was to assume jurisdiction. Yeah, because there was a disagreement whether or not that was the proper court to file for such enforcement. So the court was very clear and explicit in explaining that the reasons for approaching the Federal High Court isn't about the stool, isn't about the chieftaincy contention, but strictly on enforcement of fundamental human rights. And Federal High Court have clear jurisdiction to try cases on fundamental human rights. So the court was right to assume jurisdiction to hear the matter.
Okay. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which are you.
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the Tonte. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Corruption not in my country.
Driver, why you just dey jack us up and down like this now?
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask o?
Because this road wey you dey see so, e no guarantee safe delivery o.
We just dey vote for government, but we no get good governance.
At all.
Road so e no dey. Light o usa. The infrastructure nko, e come turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
Corruption, well everything. Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
No vex, now my phone be like that. Hello?
Are you there?
I hear, I'm hearing you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way...
They don't pay.
Hey! But first, you see the house rent with the old since. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap am.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shark beer in our house, I go pay that one. You remember say me and tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy na.
Okay, they pay you money now. We don't they beg caretaker? We they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time. Money can't come now. You won't divert am. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
Kasali, I hope so my car don't ready. I get interview in 30 minutes.
Okay, you not ready. I just the last minute instruction where you give me yesterday. Now in the cause more delay.
Which instruction?
Maybe now you say make I change the meter, make you no read again.
Which time I make you change meter? Oh, Kasali, why you do like this now? You don't get sense. You don't read the text message. Nobody I want send them to. Like Kasali, my electrician, make it come house, call me do my meter so that you don't go to read again. You the electrician?
The electrician?
Yes, now.
So you call Kasali electrician, make it come help you adjust your meter, make it for no read again, Abi. So you said you want join people where be say they no want they pay NEPA bill again, Abi. Good now. You don't you said you don't they behave like all these stiff people.
Oh, what you change for your motor? What you change for?
Two lights. Fuel gauge. Speedometer.
For what you know, you for come out for home my motor. I bet you identify for me.
Okay. Now don't do something we corrupt. Do something come backfire. Now go come they find how to dodge them.
What you talk?
They greet you.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
She said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the Tonte. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Corruption not in my country.
Driver, why you just dey jack us up and down like this now?
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask oh?
Because this road where they see so, it no guarantee safe delivery.
We just dey vote for government, but we not get good governance.
At all.
Road so e no dey, light o usai, the infrastructure nko e come turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
Corruption, spoil everything. Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
No vex, now my phone be like that. Hello?
Are you there?
I hear, I'm hearing you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way too high now.
Madam, sorry, please don't cost.
We found the laptop you said is 1.8 million naira for 600,000 naira.
Hello? Now my body network there. I can't hear you. Network is bad.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear you. I will call you back.
That behavior not good now.
Madam, now this kind behavior they kill our country. You suppose do things differently. Make Nigeria for better.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
I don't get a lot. Boy, they won't booga me small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say, nothing. Okay, now, we'll go block later. You remember that contract we will do that time now? They don't pay.
But first, you see the house rent with the old since. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap am.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shark beer in our house, I supposed pay that one. You remember say me I tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy now.
Okay, they pay you money now. We don't they beg caretaker? Why would they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time? Money can't come now. You won't divert time. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
Kasali, I hope so my car don't ready. I get interview in 30 minutes.
Okay, you don't ready. Now just the last minute instruction where you give me yesterday. Now in the cause more delay.
Which instruction?
Maybe now you say make I change the meter, make you no read again.
Which time I make you change meter? Oh, Kasali, why you do like this now? Eh? You don't get sense. You don't read the text message. Nobody I want send them to. Like Kasali, my electrician, make it come house, call me do my meter so that you don't go to read again. You the electrician?
The electrician?
Yes, now.
So you call Kasali electrician, make it come help you adjust your meter, make it for no read again, abi? So you said you want join people where be say they no want they pay NEPA bill again, abi? Oga, you no good now. You don't use you don't they behave like all these stiff people.
Oh, what you change from your motor? What you change from?
Full light. Fuel gauge. Speedometer.
For what now? You for come out for home my motor. I better identify for me.
Okay. Oh. Now don't do something we corrupt. And something come backfire. Now go come they find how to dodge them.
What you talk?
Eh? They greet you.
Corruption not in my
This
country.
message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. POS operator, she said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Before the break, we were talking about the Emma-ship tussle going on in Kano State and of course the position of the court with respect to Dan Agundi. What is your take on that?
The court, first of all, what the court has done first is to confirm their jurisdiction, confirm their take, if they are really, if they have the jurisdiction to handle the matter. And they have bought that, the jurisdiction. The court now believes that, yes, that they can handle the matter. But when you look at this tussle, to me, it's not very, you know, when they come up, this person is interested, this person is interested, and government is also interested, trying to, I've said it clearly before this time, that for government to partake in emirship, it's like partaking in traditional stew. And it is not a good thing to be said, because government come, government go. Traditional stew remains. Government have jurisdiction. They have a tenureship range. A governor will come and stay 4 years, maybe at most 8 years, and he will go. But the emir, the stew remains there. So I don't buy the idea where government is paying more interest, buying more time, trying to support or sponsor crisis in this emirship tussle.
Okay.
So what I'm seeing is that, thank God that the court has the jurisdiction now to handle the matter.
Okay.
It's the right thing to what the court has done.
Right.
But me, I'm of the opinion that the government should let the emirships to be.
Right.
So the right person will take the seats.
All right. Now, When you look critically into the emirship tussle in Kano State, it appears that it's a tool for the government to use. Probably, I'm sure it has political undertone. Now, first of all, it was balkanized by Governor Ganduje when he was the governor. And now, Ganduje has fallen out with Governor Yusuf and Kwankwaso, as the case may be, and through the Kano State House of Assembly, that particular law was repealed and Sanusi reinstated, this subsequently dissolving the other emirates. Let's look at the political influence on these traditional stools, because there is also every tendency that perhaps the next governor would now come back and balkanize it again, causing instability in Kano State. You know, what is your take? Now, what is the political gain in this action by the government?
Okay. Firstly, I will start by advocating that governors, government should distance traditional stools, because these traditional institutions are highly respectable institutions. It is not something to be tossed around like political office holders. Some of them are hereditary. So I find it very disturbing that government of the day have just decided to politicize everything. And going by the last question you asked, in my own opinion and understanding, I see the reason why they do it is if they install a traditional ruler, they have serious influence on that traditional ruler, possibly for votes.
The traditional ruler will galvanize the grassroots
votes during the election. Okay. So, but it is not a healthy situation. It is not a healthy situation. It will be advised that the traditional institutions should be allowed to function the way ordinarily God made them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And on to the next story. Appeal Court awards 1 million naira cost against Yahaya Bello. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has dismissed the contempt charge against the former governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yahaya Bello, instituted against the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, over his planned trial. The appellate court, in a unanimous decision by a 3-man panel of justices on Thursday, faulted the judgment of a high court in Kano State, which the embattled erstwhile governor relied upon to initiate the contempt case against the EFCC boss. Justice Jamil Abdullahi of the Kogi State High Court had summoned the EFCC chairman to appear before him to show cause why he should not be committed to prison for allegedly disobeying his orders pertaining to the case against Yahaya Bello. Bello contended that the EFCC chairman flouted an interim order the High Court made on February 9 when he directed officials of the commission to lay siege at his Abuja home in a bid to effect his arrest. He maintained that the anti-graft agency spurned the subsisting court ruling when it approached the Federal High Court in Abuja and obtained an ex parte order for his arrest and trial for alleged money laundering, breach of trust, and misappropriation of funds to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. Therefore, Bello, through his team of lawyers, initiated a Form 49 contempt charge for the committal of the EFCC chairman to prison for disobedience of court order. Meanwhile, after he had listened to submissions of Bello's lawyer, Justice Abdullahi summoned the EFCC boss to appear before him and to adduce reasons why the application that was made against him should not be granted. However, dissatisfied with the court summon, the EFCC chairman took the matter before the appeal court. He persuaded the appellate court to stay further proceedings in the contempt charge pending the determination of his appeal. While delivering judgment in the matter on Thursday, the appellate court held that no court of law has the powers to stop a law enforcement agency from performing its statutory duties. Specifically, the court, in the lead verdict that was delivered by Justice Joseph Oyewole, held that a court of law cannot preclude the EFCC or any law enforcement agency from investigating and prosecuting crime. While allowing the appeal, the court dismissed a preliminary objection that was brought before it by the former Kogi State Governor. The appellate court further awarded a cost of 1 million naira against the former governor. Very interesting times with Yahaya Bello, but what is your take on the decision? In fact, the whole scenario that has played out, starting from the High Court to the appellate court, what is your take on it?
Yes, my take on what has just happened in a court of appeal is this. I will start by saying that the courts the Supreme Court have stated it on several occasions that when you are accused of a crime, you honorably turn yourself in for proper investigation. If you don't have any cockroaches in your cupboard, why should you be in the hiding? Or why would you want to stay away from being prosecuted? If I have not committed an offense and I'm accused of that offense, why not? I turn myself in and allow myself to be investigated and findings made. Possibly with the findings, the court will come up with a verdict, either to acquit or allow the trial to continue. But in this case of Yahaya Bello, he has remained incommunicado. He has, in fact, he is in hiding. He is in hiding. How would you be in hiding and you are instructing your lawyers to get a contempt proceedings against a prosecutory agency that is accusing you of crime? No court in the world will shield anybody from being prosecuted if you are accused of a crime.
The High Court that summoned the EFCC to appear before him, what did the court do?
Yes,
that made EFCC to appeal. Was it not shielding Yahaya Bello?
Yes, what the High Court did was to shield Yahaya Bello from being prosecuted, which is rascality. That is abuse of court process. I wonder why some judges just think they can wake up any morning and make frivolous orders that are not in tune with the law. That is when I saw that news, I felt so bad. Some of these judges are turning our judiciary to.
With High Court, particularly.
It's wrong. It's wrong to wanting to shield an accused person from being investigated and prosecuted. If the man doesn't have anything to hide, why is he running? So I think judiciary should also look inwards and question that judge who gave that frivolous order that the prosecutory agency should appear and show why they should. I mean, it's very wrong. So I thank God that we still have judges with high repute, judges with integrity, and I am very particular about Court of Appeal. We have right-thinking judges in Court of Appeal, and we believe that with time, the positions of the law will be stated accordingly.
All right. Honorable Churchill, you are a politician, so I will ask you a question from a very political angle.
Okay.
Now, why do politicians do this? Why do politicians try to evade the law? And why do they, let me, if I may put it this way, use the judiciary, use the constitution to protect themselves?
Okay, one thing about using the courts, mostly high courts, to protect themselves.
You're a politician.
Yes, those people, not all politicians do it. There are politicians that are always interested in using the high courts, just like what is happening in Rivers State. A court will give, this one will give judgment to the other one. But let's wait to see what the appellate court will do. But one thing I see in this thing is that It is quite time the judiciary will look into persons they give appointments to be judges.
You are actually
actually
laying the blame at the foot of the judiciary.
When I say yes, because it's only the judiciary.
With respect to politicians.
When I mean judiciary, what I'm saying is that it's the judiciary that appoints judges. Is that not? Both High Court judges and appellate judges, and the Supreme Court judges. So judiciary should be looking at the characters they appoint as judges, because it is really affecting the political, the total system. Let me not use political system, the total system of the country. You know, when the judiciary is not perfectly fit to handle some certain issues, it really affects democracy. It affects democracy. Let's look at it critically and understand that what is happening in the side of Yaya Bello is that it's like when they say, when a child is in his father's house and maybe a child that does not know the value of money and his father keeps money, his father traveled, he will pack the money and he will go to club and spend it. When they call you now to come and account for the money you have spent, instead of you to come, you start running away. I believe that Yaya Bello, as a former governor, shouldn't be running from the law.
The question I asked is not whether...
No, you are talking about politicians generally.
Why? Because I'm directing that question at you.
But politicians, it's not all politicians that do such.
You belong to a political party, and to a large extent, you're a first-hand witness of how the political class has manipulated the judiciary. You know, you see others, ex parte orders, subsisting interlocutory
because they are
flying left, right, and center over the same matter from court of coordinate
jurisdiction.
Not just that. Now, in the case of Yahaya Bello, Yahaya Bello is also using the court to shield himself.
The same court, High Court,
from facing the law, and to stop the law to stop the EFCC from investigating him. Now, the question I'm asking you is not whether Yahaya Bello is right or wrong, but the question is the political class.
When you are talking about
why do they do what they do? Let me
come to that. You see, like you said, let me use the word some. Some politicians do it because they believe that the judiciary is the easiest area, is easiest avenue to give directives to law enforcement agencies. You know, the judiciary, when I say the judiciary, is the easiest avenue to give directives to law enforcement agencies. Just like I believe law enforcement agencies, they obey orders. They obey court orders. The police, when the police here, you have a court order to prevent you from being arrested, they will want to obey it and allow the order to be vacated first before you be arrested. The same thing is what happened in Rivers State. We are not only talking about a same class of politicians. We are talking about the courts allowing themselves to be used, mostly, when I'm saying mostly, the High Court. Well, not because appellate court cannot easily be tolerated up to this extent of issuing an order restraining the enforcement agencies that are supposed to look into a crime and prosecute.
Central or Progressive Congress Forum seeking to oust Abdullahi Ganduje as the national chairman of the party. Justice Ian Ekwo, who presided over the hearing, said the June 26th date will allow all parties in the suit to study all the processes already filed and served. Now, Ndamzi, the issue, the crisis within the APC at the national level, one would wonder why it has lingered this long. Now, it is now a case of litigation. The North Central in APC, they are agitating that Ganduje has to step down for the North Central to complete their tenure. Do not forget, even Ganduje himself is embattled right now because there are litigations challenging his authenticity as the chairman of the APC at the national level. What is your take to this? If there is actually an agreement, a consensus, why not stick to it?
Yes, you see, politicians in Nigeria have proven not to be trusted, because on several occasions you see them violating consensus arrangement. On some parlance, we'll call it a gentleman agreement. Believe me, it is a matter of character. It is a matter of character when one keeps to terms. If you have a friend who keeps to terms, then you are lucky. You should thank God. And it is very surprising what happens in this part of the world. Politicians are not keeping to their internal agreement. You want to attain a position, you run to fathers whom you think can make that happen. When they give it to you, you wouldn't want to keep to terms. So what I think is happening in North Central, approach the court to ameliorate anything they find wrong. So the faction who have gone to court to ask that, look, we have this consensus arrangement in our party that North Central will hold position of a chairman for a particular period. And we saw what happened with Aku and all that. Aku was ousted untimely. He didn't complete. Sorry, not happen well. Ganduje ordinarily ought to resign and save his reputation. I wonder why Nigerian politicians, they lack character. They lack character. You have been accused, a national chairman of a party, you know, being a national chairman of...
tell him to take his yes, of that. But if I'm the one that used that word now...
being a national chairman of a party, you are the face of that party. Mere allegation can put the party in disrepute. So it will be proper for, you know, Ganduje to address his party, tell them the reason he needs to bow. Because if I were him, I will tell the BOT of my party that because of these corruption allegations around me, please let me take a bow, clear myself. I may reapply to come in again. I mean, that will even put him on high edge than staying put and all that. And I know former Governor Ganduje is a fine gentleman. I remember his early days in law practice during the Oputa panel time. He made wonderful presentations, you know, on behalf of this country, and we hailed him very well. So I wonder what has happened to them. I don't know why it is what it is that whenever a fine gentleman attains a position in Nigeria, they tend to misbehave.
All right. Well, very quickly to correct that, Iyocha was of the
PDP, yes.
So Ganduje is replacing Abdullahi Adamu of Nasarawa State, which is also North Central in APC. All right. Now, you had a very quick reaction.
First of all, you know,
when he said politicians are corrupt and politicians
they should
don't have integrity. You had a very quick comeback. You said that you want to take an exception.
I said yes.
So you are very.
But I know too well that if I'm the one that used that language,
but my colleague here knows that here in Africa, it is not just limited to Nigeria alone. Here in Africa, politicians, in quote, generally have proven not to have character.
He's saying generally.
That they lack character.
They lack character because
let me come to that.
How will a man enter a gentleman agreement and wouldn't want to keep it?
There is one thing that you people that lawyers.
You people?
No, you as lawyers.
Okay, you mean the lawyers?
The lawyers. They should also know that That is the reason why that gentleman agreement does not work.
It doesn't stand.
Do you know why it doesn't work? Because you lawyers also look at gentleman agreement not being valid.
No, see,
no, because now you will always if you are being appointed as a judge now, and somebody comes and say, I had an agreement with this person, what you will start to ask the person, what is the evidence? Where is the evidence?
There must be one or two or more concrete independent persons to corroborate that
even corroboration,
there was an oral agreement.
You will start looking at the evidence. But let me come directly to what is happening to Ganduje.
So in response to what you said, these arguments, politicians versus lawyers, what you're saying now,
lawyers,
we have so many lawyers
trying to give reasons why gentleman's agreement
does not work.
Political system
in politics
does not work.
It doesn't work.
But when politicians want to get something, they go on gentleman's agreement.
Let me tell you, it's not that when they want to get something. Politics, it's not a gentleman business.
So there's something like gentleman's
agreement. There should be some level of integrity.
Let me come to tell you why it's not a gentleman
some level
business.
Of integrity.
Now, I can tell you now that if I win this election, I'll be paying you, I don't know my salary. I'll be paying you 200,000 naira every month. And I've made that promise to 10 persons. When I get to that place, my salary now is 1.2 million. For example, every dante might take home 1.2 million. How will I pay you and pay the other 9 persons to 200,000? Is it possible?
But that amount to deceit.
But but let's leave that issue. Because we're bringing it now, our viewers now will see that is what politicians use to get what they want. But that is the true picture of it, is that every Nigerians, people really want to hear what you can do for them, what they want.
How does that translate to Ganduje not respecting?
Now, let me come to Ganduje's issue. Let me come to Ganduje's issue. Before this time, I've already told somebody that Ganduje is gone. You understand? He will leave that chairman.
You said that on this show.
Yes. It was
when the ward announced his
suspension. I said it here.
Yes.
That Ganduje is gone because it is constitutional. Ganduje did not do the right thing he's supposed to do. And that day I gave 1 or 2 advice.
That particular word suspension is actually different from this.
But
the word suspension was issued emanating from his state.
Okay.
Now this is a case of the APC North Central saying that Ganduje should step down, so that because Abdullahi Adamu, who was the former APC chairman whom Ganduje replaced, is from Nasarawa State, which is the North Central. Now, the North Central is saying that there was an agreement to zone this chairmanship, right? Now, Abdullahi Adamu stepped down without completing his tenure. And Ganduje is from Northwest. Ganduje was brought in to replace Abdullahi Adamu. So they are of the opinion that Ganduje should step aside so that somebody from North Central will be appointed to finish up the tenure of Abdullahi Adamu.
Okay, that is what I'm saying. You know, Ganduje problem did not start here. He's now seeing the clear picture of where his problem started. You know, when it got to the ward.
So you now step down honorably on the ground of allowing the APC North Central to complete their tenure.
But if he is now being disgraced in the other way around, when he's proving stubborn, it will reduce his quality as a politician.
All right. Moving forward, Pro-Democracy Coalition of Nigeria has charged Chidi Lloyd, the chairman of Emoha, and other local government chairmen in Rivers State to vacate office after the expiration of their tenure. Recall that the Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt had last month nullified tenure extension for the chairman of the 23 local government areas in the state. This was as the court declared the local government law number 2 of 2024, which extended the tenure of local government chairmen by 6 months after the expiration of their tenure as invalid. Now, do not forget, before Chidi Lloyd also made this statement, Samuel Wanosike of Ikole local government had also come out to say that he will not let them. But that statement by Samuel Wanosike followed an ex parte order by the Appeal Court over the order of Justice Wale with regards to the local government tenure extension. Already, this matter has been appealed at Appeal Court. So, make it make sense to me what is going on right now.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, I will start by reacting with the orders, conflicting orders, and final judgment of court. We need to let our viewers understand the nitty-gritties of these orders. Interlocutory orders are temporary reliefs that the court can grant an applicant. It can either be granted the claimant or the defender, depending on who is asking. Okay? So, at this point, a High Court of Rivers State have previously given an interlocutory order asking that parties should maintain status quo. At some point, another one gave an order recognizing the new speaker and all that and all that. You see, now, the case of Wosa and co against the 27, Martin Samehule and PDP and all that. You see, that judgment was a final judgment of the court. Okay, and in the eyes of the law, the final judgment of the court supersedes interlocutory orders from same court of coordinate jurisdiction. Then now, local government House of Assembly concern in Rivers State. If we are to look at what the law says and the proper court to entertain a House of Assembly problem, it is not the State High Court. Okay? Unless it has the infraction of abuse, or like abuse of fundamental human rights, which in this, people interpret judgments the way they understand. And it is believed that journalists were misled. Okay? If you look at a particular judgment of the court, the ratio, which is the reason for deciding a judgment, we call it ratio decidendi. That is the proper judgment of the court. Then there is what to call obita dingdum. The obita are statements a judge makes in course of giving his judgment. You know, there will be remarks, there will be you know, different types of statements as to what was brought before him. But in this particular matter now, you see that there were about 3 or 4 orders made by the court.